Well, the issues of sexual choices is ramping up and getting more vocal, and has a broader reach. I mean, we're talking about what bathrooms to use. We're talking about the military quandary. We're talking about things like, oh, you name it. It's everywhere. Okay, and let's get down to the bottom brass tacks here. I believe that sexual choices are not really a choice. When you look at the LGBTQ community, I want to add another one. Okay, it's called spinsters, so it could be LGBTQS for spinsters, or LGBTQA for asexual individuals. Okay, so I'm adding that other category. And these things are not choices. They are actually a congenital event. They're in every holy book of every great religion in the world. It's in the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Quran. It's in the holy book for the Hindus. It's in the holy book for the Shinto, the Japanese. And every holy community, they talk about epidemics of infectious disease. You know, we're talking about epidemics and plagues and those sorts of things. And then they also talk about homosexuality. They never talk about in these holy books Down syndrome, easy to see, cleft palate, easy to see, cerebral palsy, easy to see, these kinds of things. But it's homosexuality and infectious diseases. Well, it turns out, remember, I'm a veterinarian and a physician. In the animal industry, we have what we call free martins, which are in cattle and sheep and goats, in which they have transgender, gay, lesbian animals. And we see female white-tailed deer with antlers, which is a male thing. It's kind of like the bearded lady in the old carnivals and circuses and such. And I want you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earths Forbidden Cures, and learn about these things. This is a congenital event. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and asexual are spinster. Now, this goes back to, and I'm writing some scientific papers on the subject. There was actually a big study at Northwestern University in Chicago where they did 650 autopsies on gay men and 650 autopsies on lesbian women, and they looked particularly at the brain, the preoptic hypothalamus, which is part of the pleasure center of the brain. And they talked about different numbers of cells in the preoptic hypothalamus in the various sexual choice categories, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, Q for queer. I'm going to add A for asexual, or AKA S for spinster, male or female. And what they found was, and I'm kind of paraphrasing this, if there's absolutely no cells in that part of the brain, it's not a fatal thing because it's not life-threatening, but they're asexual or a spinster. Okay, they have no cells in it, and so they're just not interested. These are the people, everybody has, you know, what they would call a crazy Aunt Ruthie who's just not interested in sex in any way, shape, or form, or crazy Uncle Frank who's not interested in sex in any way, shape, or form, and they just don't have any cells in that part of the brain. Now, when the sperm fertilizes the egg, you're immediately an XX female or an XY male genetically, and you're going to have the equipment. If you're an XX female, you're going to have the equipment of a female. If you're an XY male, you're going to have the equipment of a male. But it takes about 3 to 7 weeks to determine who you're going to chase for sex and who you're allowed to chase you for sex. That's because that's when this part of the brain, the preoptic hypothalamus, is forming in the embryo. Okay, let's say instead of having the 465 cells that are necessary to pack that part of the brain, so you're going to be a heterosexual, straight, let's say you only have 200 cells, and they all fall on the side that says chase boys, and you're a girl, you're boy crazy, that's fine. But if it says chase boys and you're a boy, XY genetically, you're gay. If it says chase girls and you're a boy, you're girl crazy, that's fine. But if you're a girl and it says chase girls, then you're lesbian. Okay. What if you have 100 cells in the side that says chase boys and the side that says chase girls? You're bisexual. Okay. And transgender is somewhere in there. Okay. In between the gay and the lesbian. And so there's all these variations, and none of them are choices. Now, I believe that a bisexual can be coerced to give up one, say, okay, look, you got the equipment of a boy. You don't mind having sex with the girls or boys. We want you to give up the sex with the boys. You want to stay in the family, stay in the church. You got to just chase girls. And they can say, oh, okay. Then you have the asexual person who's not interested in sex at all. So at least give the appearance, and you have the equipment of a girl, at least give the appearance you're dating a boy. You don't have to have kids with them or anything like that, but date them, to go to movies, have dinner. You can stay in the family, stay in the church, and they can be coerced into doing that, although it's have no real interest of theirs. But when it comes down to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgenders, and the queer categories, you have a really nobody wants to change. I mean, you could say, okay, I have a way now. We can fix that. We can make you a heterosexual. And I would say 99% would say, I'm happy in my skin. I've been this way all my life. I've adjusted to it. I don't want to change. There might be a percentage, but I would think the majority are going to stay where they're at. So LGBTQ, I'm going to add the A for asexual, or P, okay, or excuse me, S for a spinster. And then I want you to get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Disease Transmission, the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book, Rare Earth Cures. And you read these books in these sections, and it'll all make sense to you. And this is something now everybody has control of from the very beginning. We take all 90 essential nutrients. We don't have any congenital events. No congenital events. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us?
Well, I thought we'd talk about vegetarians, as I have a story that came from Fox News. Headline: New study reveals vegan diet not so environmentally friendly. Say vegans often claim their diet is the best for the earth since it avoids all products of animal husbandry. Researchers found that though reducing intake of animal products does increase the amount of people who can be supported by existing farmland, avoiding all animal products actually is not the optimal path for sustainable land use. They say they used biophysical simulation models to compare 10 diets, the vegan diet, 2 vegetarian diet, one where they had dairy and the other where they were dairy and egg friendly, and then 4 omnivorous diets, varying in amounts of meat consumed, 1 low in fats and sugars, 1 modeled on the typical American diet. They calculated how many people could be fed with available cropland. They say on Earth there's 3 types of land producing foods: grazing land that's unsustainable for growing crops but great for feeding animals; perennial cropland that supports grain, hay, and other year-round crops is another type, and whose produce typically feeds livestock. Finally, there's cultivated cropland, which typically hosts vegetables, fruits, and nuts. They say veganism stood out because it uses no perennial cropland at all, wasting the chance to produce a lot of food. And as a result, based on models, the vegan diet is not the best and most sustainable. Rather, 4 diets, both vegetarian diets, and 2 of the 4 omnivorous diets would feed more people and be the more sustainable long-term choice for humanity. They go on to say, so despite what vegans may tell you, their diet is not the epitome of sustainability. If everyone did it, a whole lot of land and potential to produce food and feed starving people would be wasted. So yet another reason not to be a vegan.
Yeah, and of course it's unhealthy because we no longer have all the known essential nutrients. We certainly don't have the 60 essential minerals in our farmlands, and so you really have to supplement. If you just were a vegan and depended on what was in the food, just remember the plants only require 3 nutrients from the land. Everything else they get from the atmosphere: carbon, nitrogen, that sort of stuff. And so because of the nutrients missing for vertebrates, including human beings, the birth defect rate, the infertility rate, the dying early, and so forth, would just decimate a vegan population. And when you look at the top 20 longevity cultures through the National Geographic, they're all heavy meat eaters. If they eat pork, they eat chickens, they eat fish, they eat red meat, and so forth. There's not a single vegetarian or vegan in the bunch in the top 20 longevity cultures, according to National Geographic. As you say, they're not sustainable, especially in small cultures where, they live on the side of a mountain, or they live in a valley or two, or this, that, and the other. And so they do have to have some dense food, such as fish or eggs or meat, to be able to sustain themselves. Otherwise, they got to be mobile and move around and be forever moving, trying to find new sources of food because they run out of whatever they had in one local place. Supplementation is imperative. Of course, we do have the Bloomin' Minerals granules, We have the blooming minerals in quart and gallons of liquid. We have 55 grams of liquids. We have large communities of people who buy our fertilizer, the blooming minerals, either the liquid or the granules, by the semi-loads, because you could grow 12-pound sweet potatoes. Instead of a sweet potato being a quarter of a pound, and it's organic, a 12-pound sweet potato increases the yield of everything from wine grapes to apricots, pomegranates. We're talking about blueberries, strawberries, wheat, hay. And so if you want to have a little organic garden, be sure to contact your associate, your longevity associate, and get the blooming minerals so you can have an organic garden and get some minerals in the food you grow. Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to New York. And Ken, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Ken, you're on the air.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm calling for Harry, who has some problems. He's got a lack of energy and strength. He's got a few health problems, but energy and strength is his biggest concern right now.
Okay, well, does he have any other systems involved, cardiovascular system?
Yes, he does have cardio. He does have some cardio problem, and he's a diabetic.
Okay, so he's got blood sugar problems.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How much does he weigh?
He weighs 248.
And how tall is he?
5'1", so he's overweight.
Oh, 5'1". I would say he's 140 pounds overweight.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, 5'1", he should, be like 105, kind of thing. How old is this guy?
He's 84.
84. Wow. Okay, so he's been around a while. Okay. Does he have any history of respiratory problems or skin problems?
He has like a bronchitis, they call it.
Mm-hmm. Chronic bronchitis? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. So this is a Charmaine thing. Char, are you there?
Here.
Okay, here we got a guy with several major problems. He's got blood sugar problems. He's got cardiovascular problems. He's got low energy problems. He's losing strength. He's 84 years old, been around a while. He's 140 pounds overweight. He's 248 pounds, 5'1". What's his basic underlying problem, do you believe?
I know he has a gluten intolerance because he's able to absorb sugar but nothing else. So he keeps getting all these things wrong with him.
And he's gaining weight.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, knowing what you know now, what would you use as, what dietary change would you give him, first of all? What would you tell him to do to change his diet?
Obviously no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, or oats, no burnt animal fat, no oils, especially olive oil, and no fried foods. And that'll help him lose weight, just all that right there.
Exactly. And how much sugar should he take in every day?
As little as possible. Try to avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, he's got blood sugar issues, so I would just say no sugar. Just be real blatant about it. No sugar. That means no fruit juices, no honey, no molasses, no agave syrup, nothing that you think of as being okay. We'll get your pen and paper ready, Ken. We'll come back with a supplement program for all these issues after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to New York and Ken. Okay, we dealt with all the dietary stuff, Charmaine. And so let's look. We need to increase Ken's friend Harry's energy. He's lacking some strength here. He's got a history of cardiovascular problems, got blood sugar problems. What are we going to give him as a supplement program?
Personally, I would give him, based on all these issues, I would give him 2 and maybe 3 healthy blood sugar packs, and then for the weight problem, I would give him the ASAP.
Yeah, and exactly true. And of course, if finance is an issue, you go with 2 healthy blood sugar packs. It's going to support and promote healthy blood sugar levels. It's going to support and promote healthy sugar and carbohydrate metabolism at the cellular level. And then let's see here. What would you add for the cardio issues?
Well, for cardio issues, I'd add the Ultimate Daily Classic, the Niacin Plus, and the Cardio Sticks. And for energy, he could even take the Rebound, too. That was made for energy.
Yeah, there you go. And there's no sugar added. Rebound has 100 nutrients in it. You can drink. We have the non-carbonated sticks. We have the canisters of non-carbonated. We have the cans that are carbonated. Just don't let Harry drink the carbonated stuff with meals. And, of course, if he's on medication for his blood sugar issues, he should take his fasting blood sugar every morning. And as his blood sugar drops, and it will, he can do what his doctor has taught him to do, reduce his medication. And there you go. And, of course, give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know what his blood sugar is. Let us know what his weight is. And we'll be happy to walk you fellows through this. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Chicago, Illinois. And Thomas, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well,
Yes,
Thomas,
hi.
you're on the air. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. I'm having a problem with heart disease and diabetes. Not diabetes, I'm sorry, blood pressure, Dr. Wallach.
High blood pressure?
Yes, but when I start to do something, I get up and I'm feeling pretty good because I just started on your brain, heart, and healthy pack. I'm in my second week of it. And I told my wife, I said, this thing is working. I feel better. But then when I start walking in the park, I get pressure build up in the chest, and I start to give out. So, and she checked my blood pressure right away. She walks with me. She had a blood pressure machine.
And
she said, wow, your blood pressure is sky high, and your heart rate is sky high. For some reason, I feel the pressure build up in the chest. After the second block I walked, and that's when I started to give out.
Sure.
So,
okay. Now, did you have issues where you had bypass surgery or stents installed in your heart? Did you have a heart attack history or anything like that?
No. I would never let them do that. I already watched your program on that.
Okay. Well, what do you weigh?
197.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay. Yeah, a little bit overweight. We'll talk about that. But hang on. We'll be back with you, Thomas, after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go right back to Illinois. And Thomas, let's see here, Thomas. Do you have any other issues that we don't know about yet? Do you have any kidney failure?
No, I went to North Washington Hospital. They checked the kidneys. They checked the liver. They checked this. They checked that.
And everything else is okay?
Right, not finding much, just a heart condition.
Okay.
They thought I had hypertension tachycardia, and they gave me some nifedipine and metoprolol, this and that, and my heart really started going crazy. So I went to another doctor, and he said, "What are you doing with this?" He threw that in the garbage. So
good for him.
Yes. I listened to your program with Dr. Gerhard Schrauzer. And you mentioned the selenium, so I have your selenium now. But, okay,
good.
Wait, let me let you talk, Doctor.
Okay, thanks. Okay, well, sounds like with all that you're taking, you've been doing for 2 weeks, so it's a little early to see your body incorporating all this to its optimal amount. So 2 weeks is a little early, but the fact that you're seeing some benefit, that's a good thing. But if you know that if you walk for 15 minutes, you start getting blood pressure going up, I would walk for 5 minutes and then sit down and rest for 10, 15 minutes and walk for 5 minutes or more and see if that doesn't change a little bit. And there's many nutritional deficiencies that can produce blood pressure issues, certainly heart issues. There's cardiomyopathy heart disease, which is a deficiency of a single mineral. There's congestive heart failure, which is a deficiency of a single vitamin. There's coronary artery disease, which you say you've been checked out for everything's okay. But coronary artery disease can be caused by inflammation, eating the bad foods, fried foods, processed meats, oils, and gluten. And then, of course, you can have a thrombotic problem where you have a coronary thrombosis, where you have a blood clot in a coronary artery, thrombotic stroke, a blood clot in the brain, and of course, is due to a deficiency of omega-3 essential fatty acid deficiencies. And I can talk about that because it's one of my lawsuits against the FDA in federal court in which I prevailed. And I can say that coronary thrombosis is caused by an omega-3 essential fatty acid deficiency or ratio problem between omega-3, 6s, and 9s. And I can also talk about cardiomyopathy heart disease as being caused by deficiency of a single mineral. Shar, what mineral deficiency causes cardiomyopathy heart disease?
Lack of selenium.
Yep, and of course, Thomas is taking selenium. He's added selenium, which is a good thing. And that's another one of my lawsuits in federal court against the FDA, in which I prevailed, and I can make claims on selenium reducing and preventing your risk of cardiomyopathy heart disease, reducing and preventing the risk of certain cancers and so forth. We have a lot of claims for selenium. Very proud of that. But at any rate, I would keep doing what you're doing, and to just, don't be too quick to do too much exercise, particularly with a little history of blood pressure issues. And then, let's see here. At 5'9", I'd like to see you weigh 180. Okay, so maybe you're 15, 20 pounds overweight kind of thing. If you're in good shape, maybe it's just muscle. If you got a little belly on you, just going gluten-free will help you lose the weight. So, Shar, what would you do for him for just dietary changes?
Well, obviously go gluten-free. No wheat, barley, rye, or oats. No oils, like no canola oil, no olive oil, none of the oils. No fried food.
No coconut oil.
No fried food, right? No fried food. No burnt animal fat. No margarine. Eat real food.
Okay, what about processed meats? Oh,
no, because they've got nitrates and nitrites in it, which cause cancer. Stay away.
There you go. And certainly the inflammation from the nitrates and nitrites can also encourage the formation of scar tissue in the blood vessels and cause coronary artery disease and so forth. So you need to institute, consciously work hard. Since you're doing the supplement program, consciously work hard to deal with the dietary stuff. And then call us in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks and 8 weeks. Give us your blood pressure. Give us your weight. Tell us what your pulse is when you wake up in the morning and all that kind of stuff. And we'll walk you through this. Okay, Doug, let's go to a caller.
All right, let's head to California. And Jennifer, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Jennifer, you're on the air.
Hi, Doctor. I'm calling to see if you can help me, if you could tell me what to give a 85-pound Labrador Retriever who has been diagnosed with a CCL tear. Doctors want to do surgery, and we want to avoid that.
Okay, CCL. What's CCL?
It's the cranial cruciate ligament. It's in the back leg, like the knee.
Okay.
So it's a ligament tear.
Okay, so it's a ligament tear. Okay. So we're talking about trauma. Dog jumped, maybe tore. How old is the dog?
2 years old.
2 years old. Okay, got plenty of healing time, right? Got a lot of energy. Okay. Are you feeding dry dog food or canned dog food?
Currently it's dry food, and it's not gluten-free.
Okay, yeah, you need to get gluten-free so the dog can absorb it. Good, thank you for reading the label. Yep, that's very essential. Usually, dry dog food, if it's not labeled gluten-free, the first 4 ingredients will be wheat, barley, rye, or oats, any one of them or all of them. And, of course, it can result in hot spots. The dogs will lick it and scratch it, and you'll pay $50 for a cortisone shot. And really all you got to do is get them on gluten-free dog food, and the hot spots go away, and the absorption efficiency will go way up. So, Shar, you're a dog lady. You got 2 dogs. What would you give this 85-pound lab for a ligament tear?
I would give it 4 scoops of the Arthrodex every day, and I'd also add some glucogel in there, and it's big enough dog you could just give it to them with their food, glucogel.
Okay, yeah, I would throw in, as Shar said, 4 scoops. Is 1 scoop for 25 pounds of body weight, close enough to 100 pounds. I'd go ahead and give the dog 4 scoops of the Arthrodex per day. That's going to be a couple canisters per month. And then I would throw in, say, 3 of the EFA pluses. Just throw it in the dog food. They usually chomp them right up. If it doesn't, you have to puncture the soft gel capsules and squeeze the liquid onto the food. And then I would also, as Shar says, get the glucogel. I'd go ahead and get 1 of the large bottles of glucogel, give the dog about 6 of those a day. That's the way I would go with that. And if it's in pain, what would you do topically for pain, Shar?
I put some trauma oil in the CM cream and put that on any place where it has pain.
Exactly. And usually within 10-15 minutes, you're going to get significant or total pain relief for about 3 to 5 hours. And you may have to do that twice a day. And you can expect to see something significant within 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes much sooner than that, but, you can't sit there and watch the pot boil. So say 6 to 8 weeks, you're looking at something significant, measurable. But these sorts of things, these traumas, they usually tend to heal very well when you give the body the raw materials. The body wants to heal itself, and the genes and DNA and RNA and telomeres, given the right raw materials, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids, the body will heal itself in many, many cases. Call us in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks, Jennifer. Let us know how Pup is doing. Okay, Doug, we got time to start another one? Well, that answers that question. Hang on, folks, and we're going to be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 90 for Life Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Canada. And Tony, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Tony, you're on the air.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes,
we
sir.
have a 6-year-old Maltese poodle. It's about 10 pounds. In the past 3 days, it's been shaking, although it's been acting very lethargic, sleeping a lot, not being very active. It does not have an appetite, no eating, very little drinking, and when we try to take it out to go for a walk, it's very slow, doesn't want to go out.
How old is it? Oh, you said 6 years old.
years.
I'm sorry.
6,
You said
yes.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, male or female?
Male.
Okay, when was the last time it was at the veterinarian?
Just yesterday we took it. They had X-rays, which came out negative, and blood work we're still waiting for. However, the vet said that it might be pancreatitis or maybe Addison's. But, it hasn't vomited, and it had just like this passed one stool in the past 3 days. So, no eating and no pooping. So I don't know what to do.
Did you change the dog food in the last couple of weeks before this all happened?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Did the dog get any injections, vaccinations?
It has had, my sister actually looks after the dog.
I mean just before, within a day or two before all this change in behavior.
No. The only thing that she did was like maybe 3 weeks ago was the thing for the insects. I can't even remember what it's called. It's that drop that you put on the back of the shoulders. I can't even remember what it's called. I'm sorry.
Okay, but it's for fleas and kind of things, right?
That's the one. Yes.
Okay. I'd be amazed if that was an issue unless they really overdosed the dog. It's possible. And so the dog is not eating?
No.
Okay. And does the dog get dry dog food or canned dog food?
That would be, I believe it's...
Okay, well, here's what I would do.
Okay.
Shar, if you had one of your dogs that wasn't eating, what would you do to entice him to take a few calories in?
I would give him a steak and cut it up and give him cheese and eggs.
Okay, there you go. What I would do is, get some ground up hamburger or ground up steak and just raw, human food. I would also give some shredded cheese. I would also scramble some eggs and butter and offer that to the dog and get some calories into it immediately, some good, high, dense protein and fat calories, and start there. But again, at a 10-pound dog, I'd get some Arthrodex for it. In Canada, it'd take a couple of, maybe 5-6 working days to get it up in there. And I would go ahead and give it a half a scoop of that Arthrodex at 10 pounds. But I'd try right now to scramble some eggs and butter immediately. Give it. I would get some hamburger and break it up and just not make a patty out of it, but crumble it up into crumbles. And you could even whip up an egg and put that on there raw and see if that entices the dog to eat something. But got to eat something. And also, if the dog ever likes milk, I'd go ahead and pour a little bowl of milk and see if it'll drink milk and so on. And then call us again tomorrow. Let us know how just the food changes worked, and I would go ahead and order some of that Arthrodex and EFAs, and looking for the future here, what we need to do. But do the eggs, the meat, and the cheese, and call us tomorrow and let us know how dog is doing, and let us know if the blood work comes in, what the results of that is. Okay, how much time we got here, Doug?
You got about 25 seconds.
25 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and take it. And remember, if you're curious about the LGBTQ, A for asexual or S for spinster community, and you want to know how to deal with it, how to prevent it, it's a congenital event. It is not a choice. And get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book, Rare Earths Vin Cures. And give us a call. Let us know what you think. Give us your opinion after reading the material and thinking about it. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Really a great question today. A couple of good testimonies. Thank you so much, Shar. Super job as usual. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Youngevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Youngevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're interested in a smooth, delicious coffee but have concerns about caffeine, JavaFit offers our great original roast in a decaf, using the Royal Selected Water Decaf process filtered through charcoal, resulting in a 99.9% caffeine-free and 100% chemical-free, full-bodied gourmet coffee. Contact your local FDI Youngevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWork disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there, in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the ultimate tangy tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as tangy tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Youngevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Youngevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're interested in a smooth, delicious coffee but have concerns about caffeine, JavaFit offers our great original roast in a decaf, using the Royal Selected Water Decaf process filtered through charcoal, resulting in a 99.9% caffeine-free and 100% chemical-free, full-bodied gourmet coffee. Contact your local FDI Youngevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order. PureWorks.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.